sort of instead she turns to the refugees and sort of are there any sort of elders among them sort of who can speak for them as a group. They might even ask that outright. She doesn't know them as well as the townsfolk.
Well, you were talking to Ilar, and this person that you're talking to now would definitely be Did I already use this name? Bevik? That sounds familiar. I think I used that at least once. No?
Maybe.
No? Okay, well, this is Bevik. He might be another Bevik. We don't.
Sure.
There can be more than one Fred.
It's a common name. And she asks him, and is this situation with the monsters true, or why have you come here? I mean, I know you have explained this before, but could you please explain this to me too?
So now you're over here on the rocks.
Yeah.
So, okay. He's just kind of too weary to argue.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, I did not see the monster.
Mm-hmm.
But we saw the bodies.
Mm-hmm.
We saw the man who was torn apart.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw, and people here did see the man turn into the monster who could fly with its long whip-like tail. And we saw its fangs. They saw its fangs. It's a killer.
Mm-hmm.
Like a huge devil bat of some kind.
That is very concerning, of course. But do you believe that this would be a threat to the town?
Well, what matters is that it was killing people out where we live. We have to come here for safety.
That might be a problem, but I understand what you mean, of course. And but as far as Weseda is concerned, the resources right now are kind of stretched thin. But you can, of course, get the help from the Agric Temple. They are sort of a pillar of this community. They try to help you.
Well, he says, yes, mighty Agric, we know.
Yeah, and have you spoken to the disciples of the temple? Have they given you the aid they were asked to give you?
He says, yes, but now we need places to stay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's growing late.
I mean, he says somewhat cautiously, perhaps the Temple of Agric is not the first choice for us to stay the night or to reside.
Oh, I understand
inside.
completely. I would be inclined to agree with that statement.
I mean, all hail mighty Agric, and may his bat wings spread over the town, and his fiery breath smite all of our enemies and all the unbelievers and all the disloyal. Right? Of course, but I don't want to stay in there.
No, that's quite understanding. Well,
Great people.
And how many people do you have under your read that? And how many people do you have under your care right now? Perhaps there is lodging outside of the private houses.
Sorry. I think that you can use your own knowledge of the town pretty well for this, that it is not impossible to house these people, but it will take a certain amount of social organization, which you have already tried, at least in this region.
Yeah.
But if you want to take time, you can eventually manage to settle them in a more scattered way, which isn't really what Petrin wanted. He wanted them concentrated in a particular spot so that
that's not very
monster talk isn't going to sort of sprout all over the place.
He wasn't quarantined.
Yeah, well, more or less. I mean, he wants
and it's
a little bit of...
So she would not suggest them going back and trying to retake their town, because that would put them in danger, and she wouldn't do that. Untold, unnecessary danger in the night and so on. She wouldn't actually. But there is an inn in this town. There is some other larger houses with people who might be in the constable's debt or in David's debt and so on and so forth. At least social debt, if not a monetary one.
Okay, so you could be talking to Shan, the woman who...
The innkeeper.
And that will be Yeah, that will be your
sort
next
of
step.
concentrated at least.
Yeah.
And try and begin in that area and sort of fan out from there. Sort of concentrating them. And well, I bring Bevik along actually.
Yeah, yeah.
He can talk for himself too. I mean, I can give a good word for him.
Okay.
Seems trustworthy.
Okay.
He's
So in that case, you'll have to. That's a little ways across town, and you're going to come into some a very straightforward. What considerations do we get from the constable?
well, your usual rates, of course, and a full inn, and people who can pay for mead and so or whatever you're selling. I mean, they're just temporary refugees. They're still wealthy outside the town. They still. I'm not carrying any money with me, but
No,
of course I
but
could.
maybe you should.
Maybe she should, but she isn't. But they can write a brief, sort of. She can write a contract for this, no problem. She has very good writing actually.
That's true.
So she can absolutely arrange the formal sort of invoice to the payable to the constable of.
I hear dicing.
Is this rhetoric?
No, not rhetoric. This is the contract.
Writing, yeah. Native script. It's a marginal success.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah, it's very high. Writing.
Okay.
Just,
That's right.
If you know
can.
it, you
I
actually
remember.
know it, yeah.
I remember we,
Yeah.
we did look at that.
know it. It's
All right.
81.
Well, Sophia, looks it over carefully and kind of. It's not amazing,
Mm-hmm.
right? But it's quite adequate,
Mm.
and so she kind of grunts,
Mm.
and rolls up her copy
Mm-hmm.
as you roll up yours.
I show it to
both
Bevik,
you,
of course.
Both of you are probably like.
I would show the contract to Bevik.
Right.
Here, it's written right here.
Okay.
Yeah, good. You agree to these terms?
Can you read?
He agrees. I mean, the sacred markings have been made, right?
Yeah.
The rich people markings have been
Yeah.
made, and there's not much he can do about it. So, all right.
Good.
So, okay. You've managed to solve some of the problem, but this has taken a long time.
Oh yeah, rest of the evening.
Yeah.
Easily.
Mhm.
Oh,
Your
sounds good. Sounds interesting.
Let's see what happens.
Town sinks.
Well, it's not a special. Well, I don't know. Maybe a special event is in the table for all I know. Sometimes the tables kind of spin you off somewhere you didn't expect.
Yeah.
Someone drops their lantern next to the fire and sort of starts a house fire and sort of spreads it. The entire town burned down
Are
next
you
day.
giving me ideas?
Stop. You get to the town, there's nothing left. It's just a quick set. What the hell happened here?
Yeah, the real issue here is that when they say urban, they're kind of thinking one of their bigger cities.
Yeah.
There isn't really one here. I suppose
Village.
responsibly, I should probably come up with village or hamlet or keep town, something like that. Because there's a lot more of those in Harm than there are cities.
Strange that they didn't. Yeah.
Okay. That brings us here. It's coming on toward. No, it's not yet night because we're in the. Remember the part of the year we're in the beginning of the fall. We're not yet.
Yeah.
We're not yet into the short day.
No.
So therefore, it's still light. So daytime. Well, let's try it and see.
Interesting result.
Okay. 1 or 2.
Isn't it 100?
Yeah.
Reasons.
No, but these are the subtables.
All right.
You can go look at, and so it says 1 or 2. So I'm looking at 1 or 2 and thinking about what is actually happening.
Very maximized rules.
Yeah, very interesting.
Well, I'm kind of curious as to.
Weighted dice.
Sadly, much as I would like to do mob/crowd, the fact that they are
kind of
what I
basis,
got,
isn't it?
it really is general.
Mm.
So 83 tells us, oh, right, okay. There's the thing that will probably keep you a little busy, or if it at least will keep things from being too generic, I guess, is that there is a group of children. The children of the immediate area are very busy clearing all of the foodstuffs from display or from preparation. And it's their job to go through all the different racks and all the different things after the proprietors or whoever has taken their things down. There's always another few scraps. And so the children are sort of tasked to go and gather as much as they can and bring it to the inn. So there's a fair mob of kids combing through the different racks and benches and kind of gathering up nameless parts and scraps into anonymous bags and bringing them to the inn. One can only hope for sorting, or maybe it just goes in the stew pot.
Yeah, perhaps
Right.
it could be some good stuff there.
Yeah. So yes, you hadn't encountered children. They were working.
Oh yeah, Glad and Oscwen's heart really well. It's just sort of, this is the industry and economy. I would say this now for that's its heart.
Some wretched child with poor hygiene comes by with the head of a cat. And the Oscwen's like, oh.
Such hardworking people. I'm really proud of them.
Okay.
Industrious.
Yeah, well, that's true. You are engaged for the evening. Let's talk about nighttime. The two of you, and I, of course, have my knowledge of the people who are dispatched from here, who are headed effectively in your direction. Without asking any leading questions, how are the two of you going to conduct your return to Waseda? Because I can think of a couple of very stupid ways to do it. I just want to see if you avoid that.
Probably not.
Can I get this? Yeah.
Since you're quite badly hurt still, so I think we should probably keep to the road. That would probably be the...
Yeah. Keep it.
You don't have any really open wounds, I guess. You're not
No, all my injuries are blunt. So
Okay, just like me.
I have bruises,
Yeah.
but not any cuts or something. So it hurts, but I'm not bleeding
Did you
anywhere.
take a slash from Rotary at one point?
No, it's all blunt. Oh, wait, no, pierce. Pierce
You got pierced
Yeah.
in the... Yeah, you
In
got
thigh.
pierced at one point.
cocktail leg.
Yeah, I have a stab wound in the thigh.
That is not making life pleasant.
No, especially
so-
not during walking.
Yeah, I think we probably have to stay to the flat roads and not go out into the wild
And then
undergrowth.
maybe
Because I could go by myself. Just-
There's a lot of
sun,
copper there, though.
Yeah.
as the sun starts to set, what will the two of you do?
How far along are we? Are we getting close to some of the
Yes,
where?
I mean we talked about a couple of watches.
yeah.
That
so
will
we-
definitely take you a hex.
So we're
so-
getting close to the one where Gurney is resting.
Yeah, I would say so.
they'll bring her.
Then we'll probably seek shelter in one of those shacks, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe see if you can afford some berries on the nearby bushes, or like an apple tree if there are any like some things.
Survival rolls.
I made
Or
camp
foraging.
earlier, but that's probably somewhere else. If you remember, camp and camp. I managed to find a safe spot to sleep at a tree, I guess. But
Was
maybe
this in this particular time unit, or was that
no, that
earlier?
was
Yeah.
during my way out.
area, right?
Yeah, same area. So maybe.
You see, in terms
Yeah.
of being able to recover that
Yeah,
same.
yeah,
Okay,
maybe,
now I
maybe.
understand. Add an SB to your roll, to your number.
To
Survival.
and to
24, I guess. Then.
my survival is 48.
48, but then we're going to add another 16.
So 64.
Yeah, that's better than mine.
Yeah.
And
But with you telling him
yeah.
about
What-
this, he gets that bonus.
Yeah. Okay. So I-
Lore/craft skills, are they affected by physical penalties?
What they're doing right now is not affected by physical penalties.
Should I also do a roll, or do I just add a bonus to him?
You've just helped him.
78.
Oh,
Oh no.
okay.
Oh, I don't think you're unfortunate.
Yes. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be repeatable, right?
No.
So the two of you are going to have to, since it's not a critical failure, I probably would have rolled for a random hit location, for something bad to happen to you.
Yeah.
But something else bad to happen to you. But it doesn't.
No.
But it does mean that you are going to have a wretched night with bad.
So no healing.
Yeah, no healing
Yeah.
checks, and no fatigue, no real fatigue, restoration. So, So yeah, that will be no fun at all.
Nope.
I might even assess you for a fatigue penalty to begin the next day, just because that's what you need more than anything else. More penalties.
Yeah.
I mean, those saddlebags are empty.
Mm-hmm.
It's empty.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
That's on him.
Now, I thought that I had actually printed out the encounter pages so I wouldn't
I think you
keep.
said you did.
Yeah, they must be in here somewhere. I'd rather do that instead of continuing to abuse the book.
There we are.
Okay. Brings us back to here. Or what about the after midnight? That's better.
No, it isn't.
Rural night.
Oh no, the Western Horn Goat migration. Oh shit.
No.
What are the odds?
It's early.
They're back for revenge or for more.
Yeah.
Rather.
This time the broad fronts.